Good morning and happy Saturday. Last time I came to you guys live, it was after I taught my spin class, and I'm doing the same today to keep it consistent. So it has been, I think, 11 days, so it's day 12, and I have been feeling incredible in terms of getting my energy and having my appetite back, which is a little difficult in the sense that I love to eat, so having my appetite back has been a little bit more challenging in the sense that I'm hungry and I'm feeling like I need to reach and plan my meals a little better. Thanks for joining. And again, if you don't know me, my name is Maria Romaine Brace. I got married almost a year ago, next weekend actually, so wanted to come to you guys to share how it's been going. I took on the challenge of doing a Whole30, and we actually go to Punta Cana for a Beachbody earned trip in about 2 weeks, and that was definitely a vain reason to do this Whole30, but my initial reason was I was getting really hooked on artificial sugars and diet food and all of that. So I really wanted to get away from that. I eat really healthy when it comes to like my food, but I would have a sugary this or a artificial sugar this to mix up my diet, and it was just replacing food that I needed to have that was healthier for me. So it's been amazing to have this food freedom where I don't crave sugar like I normally do. So what I will share with you guys is if you're looking to make over something in your health, or if you're looking to make over something in your diet, something like the Whole30 is something that could be really, really overwhelming. And what I mean by that is if you go to Pinterest and you look up all of the crock pot recipes and the meal plans and all of that, you may think, I don't have time for that. Even if I have to put it all into a crock pot, I don't have time for that. And for the longest time, I always felt like I didn't have time for that. I leave the house at 9, get home at 9. I run a business, I work a full-time job, I teach classes 5 times a week, and I love to spend any free time I have not slaving away. We delegate house cleaner, we delegate a lot of things, and I used to delegate meal planning. I used to order meal delivery, and it just wasn't serving my body correctly. So we have been very much into the cooking mood. And cooking means putting a steak on our little George Foreman grill and sauteing up some vegetables and frying an egg and cutting up a bunch of veggies and taking an apple to go. And so everything is very simple. Whole30 is about keeping things as minimally processed, no processed actually, no added anything, no added sugar. So if you're not trying to like whip up these creamy things or make these fancy food concoctions, you're staying really simple, and you're staying actually very true to the Whole30 concept, which is my life, right? So we have sweet potatoes, we have apples, we have grapes, we have broccoli, we have mushrooms, we have spinach, we have salads, we have olives, we have sugar-free, no added spaghetti on spaghetti squash, we have chicken, we have smoked salmon, we have turkey burgers, we have all of these things that I would normally have, but I just stay away from making anything too fancy, and I stay away from Pinterest. And maybe if I'm wanting to explore something like a recipe to maybe send my husband to do because he's home more than I am, or my mom for my birthday dinner, which is in a few weeks, I'll send them the fancy stuff, but I'm not going to be doing the fancy stuff for me. It's just not realistic in my life. So on the go food, on the go natural food are fruits, vegetables, and what's nice is you can prepare your vegetables that night before, or maybe you can go home for lunch and cook it up really quickly, but really your food should not take that long to prepare. So it's like planning a wedding. Keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself by going to Pinterest. Look at each day and plan for it, and then eventually you'll get into a habit where you just know what you need to do. And the good thing is you don't need to measure things out and be super strict. You can just know what you're allowed to eat and what you're not allowed to eat and stay away from, and it really makes things pretty simple. So last night, Dwight and I wanted to go out to eat, and normally I would have been frustrated with how difficult it was to find something healthy, and I would have just given up and eaten whatever we wanted, and then would have probably gotten dessert afterwards. And so last night was my second week in a row for us to look at the food list and just end up going home anyway. We saved a ton of money by getting steaks and some shrimp and some vegetables and some lettuce so I could make a salad, the things that I didn't have in the house already. And we just stopped to our local fresh market and get fresh stuff. And then I had some prescription bars to help me feel like I wasn't eating the same thing. So those are little bars that have combinations of dates, egg whites, and fruit that's compliant with the Whole30. So I feel really good today. I feel really energetic. I have my appetite back. I feel really empowered to know what I can eat, what I can't eat. I don't see myself not doing this. Like, I would love to get to a point where I do have my moments of splurging and enjoying. But I really like how good I feel eating this way all of the time. I will say I'm trying to make sure I combine my food properly because I was hungry last week. And there could be different hormonal things going on with that since I'm really active and I'm a woman and different things go on at different times of the month. But being healthy and having the energy and not craving artificial stuff and not craving sugar and having my workouts feel amazing and sleeping in and not needing as much caffeine and not craving as much caffeine or sugar has been really awesome. So the hardest days in the book, they tell you that day 10 and day 11 are really hard, and those were Thursday and Friday, and I definitely can relate to seeing things around me and being like, oh, that would be nice to have a glass of wine, or that would be really nice to have a cupcake or whatever, but I don't feel that intrinsic, like, just biology within my skin. I don't feel that pull to have sugar or artificial sugar or Diet Coke or anything like that. So, I have lots and lots of tips, but I'm just going to encourage you, keep it simple. If you're looking to change your diet or change your health, don't, get too ahead of yourself. Plan it day by day and really look at how can you do this on the go? How can you be realistic with how you cook and how you do things? And don't try to be somebody you're not. See what you already do and find replacements in making that healthier. I'm very on the go. So I needed food that stayed fresh and that I could have at my fingertips at any time. So we have tons of fresh fruits and veggies and quickly cookable protein, as well as almonds that are measured out, 100-calorie almonds, avocados, 100-calorie wholly guacamole, coconut oil you can add. So anywho, keep it simple. Like a wedding, don't overwhelm yourself, stay away from Pinterest, and talk to people who maybe are like-minded and like you that have done Whole30. So if you're a super simple person and you're not a crazy fancy meal prepper cooker, talk to me and I can give you lots of tips. We have a free clean eating group that starts on Monday, and we're still helping people get added to that, and would love to help you guys try out 5 days of this whole thing I've been doing for going on 12 or 13 days. So really encourage you to reach out, message me today, and we can chat about how to do that. All right, hope you have a phenomenal weekend, and please don't be a stranger. Bye.